This has been festering for a very long time and causing health issues, so I need to get it off my chest. I learned that in order to heal and move on, I need to address it. I've seen so many YouTube channels giving wrong advice and opinions that Filipino women are the best in the world. I saw several YouTube channels saying that Filipino women in the province are the best. Filipino women as wife material is wife material. That is total bullshit. I have dated and been involved with Filipino women. Filipino women are no different than American women, European women, Western women, or any other women. In many cases, Filipino women can be worse than American women and Western women. During the very beginning of my venture of meeting Filipino women in the Philippines, I met an attractive young slim 22-year-old virgin from Bulacan province named Angelica Ramos Jose. Angelica was known by her nickname Angel. Later, I would discover her true nickname would be Devil, not an angel. We hit it off very well and dated and displayed love, affection, and intimacy for almost 2 years. Our birthday was on the same day. We were planning to get married. I paid to fix her teeth, encouraged her not to drop out of college. Angel's grades were C at best. I proposed and Angelica accepted. I gave her my very rare, unique, and expensive handmade African artifact made of rubies, diamonds, and jewels on a hand-carved pretty woman's face until I could get her finger fitted for a wedding ring. It was gorgeous and expensive. I held on to it for years and would give it to the woman who would be my wife. I prepared all the paperwork for a Filipina to marry an American. I did all of the legwork. Preparation to marry Angel. Pay Angelica's sister Virgie $5,000, the money she spent on Angelica's education expense. Bring her racist, chain-smoking mother along to live with us. Hell no. I was not going to allow that old evil racist chain smoker to live under my roof. I was marrying Angel, not her racist chain smoking mama. To make long story short, in second year, Angelica called me and told me she missed me and she needed to see me. I booked a flight and paid for the plane ticket, but I got sick with the flu several days before my flight. I learned in the past not to get an airplane when you are sick because the first time my head almost exploded and I lost my hearing for 6 hours. The second time my head almost exploded, so I needed emergency care on the plane. So I told Angelica I can't make it because I had the flu and it will be dangerous for me to go on an airplane. Angelica showed no compassion and said we were through and our relationship was over. Angelica immediately went into the arms and bed of an old, thirsty, snaggletooth, despicable, white, racist bastard named Melvin Bachelor from UK. Bad teeth are what Angelica and Melvin had in common. I asked for my beautiful, rare, handmade African artifact back, and Angelica refused to give it back. I should have known better than to accept Angelica would return my artifact or money or anything that I did not belong to her. It is one of the reasons Filipinos have trouble getting into the U.S. because of TNT. I told Angelica that Melvin is a womanizer. Gullible Angelica chose to believe Melvin and gave that racist bastard my email address and personal information. Melvin sent me many sick, evil, demonic racist slurs. Angelica sent me racist slurs. Hey, back nigger, you black nigger bastard. During our first year, I told Angel in confidence about my young girl cousin who got. Angel's exact words were, ha ha ha, your little young cousin got yuck. Angel never used racial slurs and despicable behavior until after she got involved with that Melvin from the UK. Later, Angelica discovered I was correct about Melvin as she found out Melvin lied to her and had many Thai women with him as toys. Angelica begged me to take her back. I was extremely skeptical to take back a woman who called me racial slurs, laughed about my young cousin being in that situation, did not return my beautiful expensive artifact, and I was afraid Angel might have a venereal disease from Melvin. My heart said yes, accept her back, but my brain said hell no. Angelica kept jumping in and out of bed with many other old, disgusting, desperate, thirsty men from UK. One of those old, thirsty men was Michael David Jones. Michael used Angelica as his disposal, just like all the other white men from the UK. But Michael got Angelica pregnant. Michael and the other UK men did not care about Angelica. They just wanted to get rocks off in her, and Angelica was so stupid and desperate to get out of Bulacan that she accepted it. Angelica spread her legs to all those old, desperate, thirsty dudes, hoping they would rescue her from her dire economic situation. Angelica contacted me for moral support. Angelica was embarrassed and ashamed she got pregnant. She told me directly that she did not want the baby. I asked Angelica, did she love Michael? Angelica told me directly that she did not love Michael, but he was nice to her. Angelica's mother, Perlita, forced Angel to marry Michael to avoid stigma of Angelica having a baby out of wedlock and not married. The other deal was to take Angelica's mother along to live with them. Michael was an old, desperate, thirsty wimp, so he agreed. 2 years ago, I had a medical situation and reached out to Angelica to get answers or resolutions about our past just in case I died. Angelica was very cold and mean. Angelica had completely changed from a pure young slim petite version from the province to a middle-aged fat promiscuous conceited liquor guzzling moral westerner wannabe in London. Angelica started drinking and guzzling down hard liquor, making horrendous videos being half not dressed and showing stuff, flirting with all types of white men, wearing excessive mascara and makeup, wearing wigs, covered her back with huge ugly tattoos, and even trying to change her skin to white. Angelica's tattoos look like Japanese Yakuza tattoos, and she looks like a whore or a convict with all those disgusting tattoos, and she looks like a female Michael Jackson wannabe. Damn, she looks horrible with no moral values. I imagine after high school, son Brent is so ashamed or embarrassed of her mother, like Angelica. Brent is probably being teased at school by the other high school boys. Michael did not care just as long as Angelica gave birth to his boy to replace his son that passed away. Also, be there for him, obviously, physically. Angelica is Michael's toy, on demand. Michael had Angel draped over a motorcycle on a business page. Damn, it looks disgusting. What type of moron would put that on a LinkedIn profile page? Michael exploiting Angelica, and she does not care as long as Michael rescued her from the Philippines and allowed her mother to live with them and supplied her with many material things and supported her mother. Michael then bought Angelica's mother a new house in Cagayan de Oro and reimbursed Angelica's sister Virgie $5,000 for Angelica's college tuition and expenses. In return, Angelica would be his toy and trophy wife. Michael led with his wallet and brought Angelica's love to speak. I have no respect for women who sleep with men they do not love, or for money and material possessions. Angelica allowed many old, nasty, thirsty men to inside her as a disposal. Now that is yuck to me. So if any and all Filipino women can be that mean, whorish, racist, and evil, after Angelica, there are other Filipino women that used racial innuendos and slurs towards me. All they wanted from me was to rescue from the Philippines. All Filipino women on Western dating websites are on their fine Western men to rescue them from the current situation in the Philippines. Don't listen to the people fabricating the Filipinos are such goddish and lovable, sweet, and sincere. They are all lying about how nice Filipinos are. What I did for Angelica, I financially supported her almost 2 years. I fixed her teeth. I helped her improve her English skills. Angelica's written English and grammar skills were at a third grade level. Angelica was in the 4th year of college and her English was pathetic. Angelica wanted me to have some consideration that English was not her first language. Well, why didn't Angelica have consideration for me not able to get on an airplane when I was sick with the flu? Angelica was inconsiderate, spoiled, selfish, and ungrateful. I encouraged Angelica not to drop out of college. I prepared all the documents to get married. I rescued her and showed her Melvin was a womanizer. What did Angel do to show her appreciation? Angelica called me racial slurs, laughed, and teased about my relatives being in that situation and refused to return my African artifact. I do not know if I can forgive Angelica for what she did to me. I heard through the grapevine Angelica's hoped I would not embarrass her by telling the world the truth about her. As if I give a damn about her after what she did to me. and how she wrongly and wrongfully treated me. If I saw Angelica drowning in quicksand, and she begged me to rescue her or pull her out, my heart would immediately want to rescue her, but my brain would probably take over and say, hell nah, and throw her 100-pound barbell instead, because she is a wicked witch and will hurt me again. Attached are some photos you can use. Last word. The word around London is Angelica and David is having marriage problems. Angelica was seen with bruises on her face and arm. I think Michael and Angelica are separated because Angelica was flirting with too many men and being promiscuous. This was a story sent to me by a viewer of the channel. There are so many things to unpack here. I would like to ask, let's not jump on this man and call him a simp. That would be the easiest solution from all of us, as I'm sure many of us feel like this guy is a moron, or the fact that he basically trusted someone immediately when he's not living with her for 2 years, supporting her, fixing her teeth, paying for her college, when she clearly does not care about him. Or the fact that he seems to have some medical issues. Why did you get sick 3 times in a row to go to the Philippines? Also, one last thing is, I want to make it clear that he's not the only one. Women in the Philippines, a lot of them, do this exact same thing. Many of you are too embarrassed to share your stories, but this man isn't. This man is not embarrassed because he wants to get it off his chest. I know what he could be going through, the type of emotional trauma, depression, and sadness that might fill his heart. I want him to know he's not alone. Many of us have been played by Filipinas who we wholeheartedly trust and simply wanted to be loved in return, and yet they turn around, cheat, and exploit us when a lot of people think it's foreigners that do that to Filipina women. No, it's the other way around. You can make money, you can spend money, you can lose money, and you can gain money back. But some actions are completely unforgivable. To betray you like this, it's absolutely in their genetics. I want to let this person know he's not alone. All he can do is simply move on. It's not easy, I understand. Maybe you ran out of time, but just trust yourself that it's even more harmful to you by holding on to this resentment. I know many people think this channel is based on hating on Filipinos and their country. It's not. It's more about caring about you, my fellow Americans, and men who are mistreated daily, who are lied to, and who are nothing but a wallet to these people. Yes, I make these videos daily, but even on this channel, barely or rarely does anybody send me money. But if I was a girl, how often do you think I could milk men for money? Many times, and that's why they do it. It's no longer about getting out of poverty. It's simply about gaining as much financial aid as they can. It used to be that way. These days, it's about accumulating as much money as possible. They don't care at what cost. It's because there are many men out there that are similar. They just want women. They don't care at what cost. So it definitely ruins the game for any average, normal person in the Philippines. And I think it's very simple for today's catfish. How do you go from this to this? Thanks for watching. God bless.